Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be checking out a new figure. I got Fina from Ease Origin. Now this is a 1/8 scale figure from the new Chinese figure manufacturer Myethos. Now coincidentally, I've actually picked up two different Myethos figures in a row. And I didn't even realize it until after I had already placed the orders. But the first figure I got was the Cheshire Cat. So that was of course a cat girl, and I think their only cat girl currently. Now, I do get more than just cat girls sometimes. I do pick up other figures, especially video game figures. So I have a few Persona figures, Danganronpa, and now finally a figure from Ease. So we'll just get this opened up and all assembled, and then we'll take a closer inspection and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Here we have the assembly manual. Looks fairly simple. Just like the last one, it was pretty simple. I just had a few things to attach. Looks like the same scenario here. One thing that I did like about the last figure I got from them is it didn't have a whole crap ton of tape all around the edges here. It really just pops on. And again, we have got a very strong plastic / paint smell. It's like a mixture of plastic and paint. I love that smell. Maybe just because it means new figure time. But oh my goodness, is this thing gorgeous. I can tell already I'm going to love this thing. Even looks nicer outside of the packaging, and it looks nicer in person than what I saw online. So it looks like we just have this pearl here, this black sort of crystal ball, and I suppose that comes up here. So we just have mostly, looks like we'll have mostly just some protective foam to remove. And I love the finish on this. It's not only is it like a sort of a clear color, but like translucent color, but it also has a bit of a sheen on the surface too. Almost like sort of a metallic sheen. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I will say normally, I'm not a fan of really large bases, but I guess with Myethos, they kind of tend to have more detailed, extravagant bases that just look so cool. They're so dynamic. Now I have a feeling that this isn't supposed to be detached. It isn't broken, but it looks like it came unglued. You can see right here is where the glue came loose, and there's still like a nub that attaches and kind of slides in there, right here and here. So yeah, just the glue came undone. But yeah, it's something they probably could have used a little bit more foam inside the packaging to sort of support the figure. Okay, so there really is not much to it. Basically, a couple pieces of foam to pull off, and then you just seat this black pearl up here in the top. And I guess in my case, I will have to re-glue this one area that came loose, but you may or may not have to do that. In fact, even mine just kind of sits and rests there just fine without the gluing, but I am going to glue it later just to ensure that it doesn't ever come loose. So for my first impressions of this figure, I love how it is so intricate and dynamic without looking too busy. It has elegance and flow, like you can almost see the wind swirling around her. The strands of hair, feathers, and fabric. She looks so calming and gentle. I almost feel like I'm being healed by her aura as I sit next to her. It's just a really delicate, comforting figure. Now, as far as details go, we do have a really nice metallic sheen on her dress and on the translucent blue magic. It's just a really thin coat on there. The gold accents also look great. The jewelry has a really nice shine to it. Her lips and nails also have a bit of gloss to them. The base is pretty solid. I'm sure some weight was probably added to keep it from tipping, since it is a rather tall figure standing at 15.5 inches. Now, as far as the translucent blue portion, mine came disconnected in the packaging, at least in one spot. It's not broken, but the joints that are normally glued together came undone. Not really a big deal, I just have to glue it, but something to be mindful of. It doesn't look like the shipping box suffered any crushing damage, so it seems like this is something that could happen from impact shock. Now, since we are looking at this figure extremely close up, you can see a few seams in the blue magic, which kind of shows that it was originally multiple pieces that get glued together, but it's something you don't really notice in person without using a zoom lens. I would say this figure probably could have benefited from having maybe an illuminated base. It seems like a few other Myethos figures have these translucent effects too, so it would be nice if they considered making light up versions of their figures someday, but just a thought. Now, some of you are probably wondering, and it is a little difficult to sneak a peek, but she seems to be wearing plain white panties. Like I said, it is a little difficult, but if you can see right there, it does appear to be just plain white panties. Now, as far as the black pearl goes, this just sort of rests up there. So if this figure were to tip over, this would definitely come loose. And this thing does have a bit of weight to it. Now, going back to the jewelry for a second, I really like the detail here. Her belt, the cross on her chest, the bracelets, it all looks so elegant and is perfectly suited for a goddess such as her. They even have little blue gems in certain areas. It just looks really nice, especially with that gold paint. I've seen other gold paints that end up looking kind of cheap, but this looks actually pretty nice. Now, this is really making me want to get back to playing Ys Origin on my PlayStation Vita. Maybe try to get the rest of the trophies in that. And that reminds me, I still haven't picked up the new game, Ys 9. I don't know if I want to get it on the PlayStation 4 or the Nintendo Switch yet. Haven't really decided there. Anyway, guys, this has been Fina from Ys Origin, an 8th scale figure from Myethos. Check them out sometime. They have some really nice figures. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you later.